心はできん。今はおとなしく休むがよい。砂糖をまぶしたレモンなど持ってくるか。
Oh, hey. Hi. I didn't see you there. What's up, dudes? Alright, so welcome back to another segment of time of video that I will upload to my YouTube channel so that I can waste your time for another part of your day with my mundane life. And actually, I'm really struggling to find stuff to do to entertain you guys, but I have to come up with something because YouTube rewards regular uploads to the channel. But I get a lot of questions about the mining stuff. Maybe I'll answer some of it, maybe I won't. We'll have a little bit of a sort of a powwow when it comes to mining. I don't really know exactly what I can tell you or what is enough to show you, or there's a lot of things to be discussed. There's a super short method of going through this, and there's a little bit more detailed version of this, and I don't know how techie I want to be when it comes to mining, but generally it revolves around those things on top of my drawer, my cabinet. Revolves around graphics cards and how you can calculate transactions between people using graphics cards, because by definition cryptocurrency and Bitcoin revolve around consumer miners like us, or miners like me if you're not a miner, to calculate transactions between people. That's how the transactions are decentralized. There is no bank, there is no central computer, there is no government that handles these bank transactions. Every single miner out there is one person handling a transaction. And the more miners out there, the more secure the entire system is. And that's why people like us miners are rewarded with money, because we are the ones that facilitate transactions between Bitcoins and Ethereum and whatever kind of currency or other blockchain related technology out there. Very complicated, like I said. I don't want to start into this whole rabbit hole of blockchain technology bullcrap. It's a very interesting technology. Honestly, I think one day elections could be run by blockchain, because everybody could be making sure every single vote you make is secure, is not somebody from let's say Cubao isn't. We can make sure that somebody from Cubao isn't cheating by writing like 10 billion votes for a certain person because of blockchain technology, because everybody elsewhere is making sure that that person cannot make 10 million votes from Cubao without being secured by everybody else. So anyway, that's, like I said, I don't want to get into it. I just got into it. I just spent another minute talking about blockchain technology. But for the most part, you earn money by by facilitating transactions between two people, and basically that's the transaction fee that you get for facilitating that transaction. All right, so here's a quick demonstration of how a miner works. Right now, our miner is mining some Equihash. That is the cryptocurrency or crypto technology, blockchain technology that it's mining right now. So here's the miner itself. Here's the command prompt that it says you are currently mining. I'm currently mining on 2 GPUs. One of them is GPU number 0 and the other is GPU number 1. Gives you a quick temperature number, usage percentage, memory control, and power requirements. One of the GPUs is using 167 watts, while the other one is 53 watts. And the total power we're consuming is 220 watts. And the shares accepted are the transactions that you are clearing on the internet. All right. So here's a quick demonstration of what it's doing right now. I have a 1080 Ti and a 1050 on this machine, And as you can see, it's making 1.3 millibitcoin a day, or about $3.41 per day for both of those cards. That is per day, and that changes a lot every day. All right, so people often ask, you know, do you need like a special type of equipment so you can start mining? Well, actually not really. Anybody with a proper GPU setup or a graphics or a gaming system, whoa, gotta watch out, it's been raining, can actually mine. And here is a little bit of a quick visit to our little Kokak mining farm. Let me turn on the lights here. There we go. Here is our 24/7 mining operation. It is a very weak sauce mining operation right there. 3 1060 graphics cards. Let me just sit over here. There's one, that's one 1060, the white one. That's another 1060. And here's another 1060. I could explain exactly what's going on here, why we can run a graphics card outside the case. That is called a riser. You can see the blue cable goes into one of our PCIe slots on the motherboard. Now, if you were to build a dedicated mining rig, you wouldn't put it in one of these cases because you would put it on a sort of a actual sort of a, you know, very hollow box for better air cooling. Because, for example, these cards will be a little bit, you know, tight when it comes to air circulation. Use one of these risers that go into your PCIe slots over there. These are, I don't know, $10 or more. And of course, you power them with PCIe cables or SATA cables, depending on the riser that you buy. And yeah, those are 360s running here. And of course, I don't always power on the monitor here, of course, because I don't always need them to be monitored to see what's going on there. And a little bit of extra cooling helps. So I bought this exhaust fan, except it's not exhausting, it's intaking. And it's not a very good setup at all, but it's doing its job for now, pushing air into the system. Not the best solution ever. Also, I do have something to monitor it. First of all, I do have TeamViewer, so I can remotely open the system and start my other operations. And to monitor everything, I have an IP camera over here to oversee all of the stuff over here, just in case we need, you know, we have any, hopefully not, you know, flooding or electrical issues and whatnot. And over here, I also bought a smoke detector or fire alarm, because you always need that. Even though your operation is small, you need something to keep yourself safe from any fire. Anyway, so far this is just a regular PC with 2 graphics cards screwed into the side, 1 graphics card here on the table using a riser, and I have a free riser right here waiting for another graphics card. I don't have it right yet. The power supply is just a 750 watt Seasonic, a very good brand for power supplies. The processor is a Pentium, Intel Pentium G4560. Those are getting rare these days. The motherboard is an ASRock Fatality Z170. You don't necessarily need to have a Z170. It's just the one motherboard that I have lying around that I could use. And it has enough PCIe slots. As far as what else you need for hardware, there's not much. You know, there's your power supply, there's your 8 gigs of RAM, which I stole from my main PC. There's your regular air-cooled processor, the Intel Pentium G4560. There's your graphics card, and the only thing that's different here is that, well, you have an SSD as well for your OS and whatnot. And pretty much the basic components of a desktop PC you need. So CPU, case, RAM, memory, motherboard, that's 5, 2 more, graphics card, and power supply. So 7. All those are the only things you need for mining. the only thing that you might need on top of that is another extra graphics card right here, and some of the PCIe risers that go into the Time 16 slot right there. Everything else is pretty standard for a desktop computer. In fact, any desktop computer right now that you own should be able to farm or mine as long as you have a decent graphics card. Or actually, even if you don't have a decent graphics card, it just won't mine well enough for you to earn money properly. Now, I realize this video has gotten quite long and a little complex for a lot of people who want to get into mining, but I just wanted to show you what a typical, not a typical, but a very small scale mining operation here looks like. It's not anything special. It's a little bit of a mishmash of knowing a little bit about computers and stuff like that. All right, so quick shot of the miner right here. Our 3 graphics cards are running. As you can see, GPU 1, GPU 2, and GPU 3. GPU 1 is doing some equihash mining. GPU 2 and GPU 3 is doing some Ethereum mining. Dagger Hashimoto is Ethereum. Now, keep in mind, the miner that I use pays out in Bitcoins. So even if you're mining Equihash or Dagger Hashimoto, you will be paid in Bitcoins, as you see right there. So as you can see, these 3 graphics cards are giving me 1.6 millibitcoins a day, or about $4 a day. And my balance is already at about 4 millibitcoins, and I already have about $10 US for the mining that I've been doing this week. Honestly though, there's way too much stuff to talk about when it comes to mining. You could get into pool mining, you can get into building massive rigs, you can get into cooling, you can get into sustainable energy, you could get into renewable energy. There's a lot of things to be considered, but at the most simplest, basicest form, you just need a gaming PC with one semi-decent or modern graphics card, preferably a RX 480, RX 470, RX 570, 580, or any of the Polaris NVIDIA graphics cards. They're very good, but the AMD cards are better for mining. They just have better architecture. Unfortunately, they're very hard to find. They're very expensive, and that's another thing to consider when it comes to mining, buying your graphics cards and whatnot. But yeah, so much to discuss. Let's just start with a typical gaming PC with one graphics card, and I'll tell you how to mine with that. It's very easy. It's just this video is too long, and I don't want to make like sort of a video about hardware and then sort of that is kind of technical and kind of all over the place, and then another video that is super not technical and very easy to understand. That would be another video on its own probably. So maybe that should end our video for today. I don't even know if I'll upload this. This is kind of I don't really know if this content is good enough to show, but if you're curious about mining, here is a very small mining operation that I run. That's it. I'm sweating, that's why my hair is like that. Thanks for watching. Bye. By the way, guys, check out the keyboard that I have for this system. It's a Razer. Look at that. Razer. Look at that triple-headed serpent in pink. Yeah. Kick-ass keyboard, membrane style. Whatever.